during the early 2000s and has since reached cult status. All right, I guess. Chuck Lorre, yeah, he's got his hand in all those CBS sitcoms. Lorre's been working in the multicam sitcom world since 1987's Charles in Charge, 12 seasons of The Big Bang Theory, Young Sheldon, United States of Al, The Kaminsky Method. Can't question Chuck Lorre. Good pick. Kate McKinnon, Pete Davidson, Bowen Yang, Michael Che. Saturday Night Live standouts. SNL's current season 47 cast, the largest in the show's history at 21 members. And yet, McKinnon, Davidson, Yang, and Che consistently steal the spotlight. Time out. Has Kate McKinnon even been in a sketch this season? She's great. Believe me, she's great. I love her. But has she been in a sketch? I think we're giving her credit for stealing the spotlight, and she hasn't been in any of the 3 episodes. Maybe she was in 2 seconds of episode 1. She definitely wasn't in the last 2. Pete Davidson has been on a roll. Bowen Yang is great. Michael Che is great. Good pick. Why doesn't Jost make the list? Lorne Michaels, well discussed. We know all about Lorne Michaels. Let's not stop there. This episode's long enough. Robbie Praw is a stand-up comedy executive for Netflix. You can write your letters about Dave Chappelle to him, I guess. Issa Rae, Insecure, making its 5th and final season. Phoebe Robinson was a good joke here. I used to joke that I'm too ignorant to get to the real reparations, land or cash, but I can get those small ones like a table opening up at a restaurant or Bono sending me flowers. Tim Robinson from Netflix's I Think You Should Leave with Tim Robinson. Joe Rogan, well discussed. Natasha Rothwell, writer for SNL and HBO's Insecure. Seth Rogen and Evan Goldberg, childhood friends, who knew? In addition to their side hustle as cannabis entrepreneurs, childhood friends Goldberg and Rogen, both 39, are 2 of the few producers who can still get a studio theatrical comedy made. Michael Schur, yeah, absolutely. Parks and Rec, The Good Place, Brooklyn Nine-Nine, Q-Force, Hacks, Master of None, Rutherford Falls. What other credits do you possibly need? Jason Sudeikis, Bill Lawrence, and Brendan Hunt for Ted Lasso. Well discussed on this podcast. Robin Thede for a Black Lady sketch show. I've heard that's great. I need to spend some time with that. Jeff Wills is the president of Live Nation Comedy. John Wilson, documentary filmmaker, made a big impression on the comedy landscape in 2020 with HBO's How To with John Wilson. Again, gonna push back on that. I'm here every day, Hollywood Reporter. I Google comedy, comedian, read your articles, read your sites, read your competitors. We did not talk about How To with John Wilson. Maybe I just suck at hosting, but I think we're stretching a little bit there. I'm not dissing the work, but you wrote, made a big impression on the comedy landscape, and I reject your premise. Taika Waititi for What We Do in the Shadows, amen. Mike White, The White Lotus, cool. Late night host pandemic pivots. That's not people. That's just like a list. And that's the end of the list. All right. What'd you think? Comment on the Facebook group, A Daily Comedy News Podcast. Told you today would be long. What else do I have to get to today? See, I could tell you about that tomorrow. Let's go home. You've had enough of me. Follow the show on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, wherever you get your shows. I got plenty of leftovers tomorrow, so I'll see you there.